Hello, welcome to Your City at Work. Today we're going to cover the Jonesboro Economic Transit System, and with me I have the Transit Director, Steve Ewert. How are you doing?
Fine, Jack.
Steve, what are your main responsibilities out there at JETS?
Well, what we are is we're the public transit system for the city of Jonesboro, and we are established by ordinance and by FTA policy to run fixed routes for the city of Jonesboro, and then what is called complimentary paratransit.
Okay. Now these the fixed routes, are they on a loop? Is it a timed loop, or what is it?
Currently we have 3 one-hour fixed routes. We have one time sponsored some 30-minute loops, and that worked real well, but we had to reduce some of our operations back in 2010. So we're now at 3 one-hour loops that start at 5 in the morning and continue till 7 at night.
Okay. And paratransit, explain that. That's a very specific group of people that get to utilize that program. Explain that.
Right. FTA works under an ADA understanding that if a person is functionally immobile and can't access a fixed route, and they live within 3/4 of a mile of that fixed route, then they qualify for what is called complimentary paratransit. Something we have to offer, and it's something that's available to people with a functional disability, functional mobility problems within ADA definitions.
Okay. And now, is the JETS service, is it a free fare, so to speak?
No. What we do is again, it's very typical in the industry. We charge a nominal fee. It's $1.25 for an adult for a leg of a trip. If you're a student, that's 90 cents. If you're a senior citizen or you have disability, that's 60 cents. For the paratransit, our fee is $2.50 per leg. And again, what the law tells us, that we have to charge twice the normal regular adult fare for the fixed route service.
Okay. And can people buy, say in advance, a pass, a monthly pass, a yearly pass? Is that available?
Yeah, there's a real bargain, Jack, a real bargain. You can go to City Hall, to the collector's window, and you can buy, it's called a 31-day pass. It's actually only good for about 27 of the days, since we don't serve on Saturdays and Sundays. But it's $20 for an adult. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, especially if you ride quite a bit.
If you ride quite a bit, it's a bargain.
Sure. Okay. Now, you talk about these fares and how nominal that what you guys are asking of the riders. How is the other expenses, how are they covered?
Well, we work under a grant from FTA, and it pays roughly 60% of our costs. Another 10% come from some minor pieces of state funding and from JETS advertising. And the city of Jonesboro provides what is called the local match, and that's roughly about 30% of our operating costs.
Okay. Being majority grant funded, do you guys work under a board?
Yes, we do. Again, it's mandated. We have to have a community advisory board, and we have a very good one. It's made up of 7 citizens, 6 represent the wards, and 1 is appointed at large, and they meet monthly. At least once a month, to advise us, to look at our operations, to hear concerns or complaints that come from the citizens, and to help provide us some opportunity to plan for the future. In fact, they're about to start a very intensive 6-month study that's called developing a transit development plan that will involve probably another 20 to 30 citizens from the community that'll help them conduct this study.
Okay. How's the ridership? How has it changed over the past couple of years?
Our ridership is continuing to slowly increase, and it's something that we watch very carefully. We watch stop-by-stop performance and make sure that we understand the time of day dynamics that are involved. But right now we're seeing slight increases year by year, mostly month by month. Well, where we are, we're almost 6 years old. And we study, again, not just our own statistics. We study the statistics of a lot of systems that look a lot like us, that have been on this path a little longer than we have.
Right.
And especially cities in Arkansas like Fort Smith and the Springdale, Fayetteville area. And if you go back to where they were when they were 6 years old, we're pretty much where they are. And they tell us that we're now about to enter a new phase, and that we need to expect to see some changes in the dynamics that dictate our operations.
Sure, and you mentioned just a second ago that if y'all were to change your route times from an hour to 30 minutes, that you could probably